Good morning, Bulldogs, and welcome to your Smyrna Today announcements. I'm Emily.
And I'm Brenan. Today, at 4 p.m., our Smyrna bowling team will face off against Riverdale.
The Smyrna swim team faces off against Wilson Central today at 5.
Our home and season opener will be tomorrow versus STEM Prep. Girls tip off at 6 p.m. with the boys to follow. Tickets are $5.
6 swimmers have qualified for the Mid-State Regional Swim Championships. Austin Mills, Blake Intorsha, Andrew Painter, Caden Jackson, Ellie Lifford, and Julia Mangrum. For more information, please visit SmyrnaHighAthletics.com.
Fellow Bulldogs, let's give thanks as we collect stories from our students, faculty, and staff for our Thanksgiving week episodes. Share who you are thankful for example, your favorite teacher, your coach, or your best friend. Be sure to let us know if you'd like to come on the show and share why you're thankful by scanning the QR code on the screen.
MTSU Education Day is this Saturday. Get $10 tickets to MTSU's last home game against Old Dominion. Use code EducationDay21 on www.goblueraiders.com.
Seniors, December 1st is a major scholarship deadline for many local universities, MTSU being one of them. This would be a great time to review your letter of recommendation policy for students. We encourage students to give all teachers a 2-week window before the deadline to request letters of recommendation. We are out of school for Thanksgiving the week before this important deadline.
The Cambridge test is now accepting payments to the Bulldog Bank by March 18th. If you don't know which test you're taking, please ask your instructor.
Seniors, mark your calendars for Monday of next week from 5 to 7 p.m. in the Media Center, where Eric Farmer, our TSAC representative, will be there to assist students and parents on filling out the FAFSA.
Current 10th and 11th grade students looking for a high-intensity enrichment program should check out the State of Tennessee Governor's School. Use the QR code for more information.
Seniors, are you interested in work-based learning for next semester and want to earn money while you learn? There's an interest meeting this Thursday, November 18th at 3:30 in the cafeteria. If you need any more information on applying, please see Mrs. Huff, Miss Ott, or Miss Kersey.
SHS College of the Week is University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. During all 4 lunches, a UTC rep will be here November 19th. Now to Leigh and Coach Adams about archery.
Hello, Coach Adams. What is it like to be a competitive archer?
Being a competitive archer is, it takes some steps here. And what we do when you become a competitive archer is we go through all those steps. It's super easy to learn. We start you off with going over the 11 steps of archery. And that's how you become a successful archer when you're up there shooting on the target. Then we put a string bow in your hand so that you can actually get a feel for those 11 steps with something in there. And then we get a bow in your hand pretty quickly. It's 1-2 practices, and then you are shooting at that target to start competing. After that, we start putting you on tournaments, and it's a super fun thing that the kids get to kind of work through those steps, find their place, find their rhythm, and then like I said, start competing in tournaments.
How inclusive is archery?
Archery is super inclusive. We actually still are allowing people to join right now, and you can come from 0 experience, not having shot a bow in your entire life, from 4th grade shooters. I've had kids that have shot every year since they were in the 4th grade, which is when you can start shooting archery in the schools. And then after that, you keep on going. With new shooters, we go from those 11 steps, that string bow, and it's kind of getting their footing there. But the other ones, they just start kind of going right in. And then those are the ones I see compete in my 1st or 2nd tournaments. And then after that, we start seeing those new shooters come through. I've still got people joining today. I had 3 new shooters last week. So the team is growing. We're still working through some kinks with some other shooters that are still trying to learn that footing. But once you get those 11 steps, it's super fun. Anyone can do it. And that's kind of the beauty of archery. You don't necessarily have to be that experienced, done it since you were 4, 5, 6. If you are, that's great. But if not, you can just kind of jump right on in.
What skills does it take to become a good archer?
What I would say for a good archer is definitely being dedicated to the sport. With the fun and intensity of competitive shooting also comes this kind of understanding your own game, figuring out those 11 steps, working towards something that you want to work with, figuring out your aim spots. I have a lot of shooters that it takes a good mentality as well. what I see a lot of my shooters do when they haven't had a good flight is they can get really down on that one shot that they made, in the 3 ring instead of the 10 ring, and that's where their aim was. But slight adjustment and seeing that slight adjustment kind of work for the shooter is super fun to watch them kind of correct that, see that behavior change, and then see them just kind of rock and roll through it the rest of their flights. Gotcha.
How is the team going to look this year?
So we've had 2 tournaments this year so far. We had one in October where we had a shooter, girl, Chloe Iza. She scored 2nd in the girls' high school division, so congrats to her on that. Carson Collins, we had one last Saturday, scored 4th in the men's division. With the team score, because you place individually and as a team in archery, so you get kind of both those competitive feels, which is really nice. In case your score isn't there for one tournament, you've got the team to rely on. Our first tournament for team wasn't too hot. We had some things to work on, and we saw a vast improvement in this last tournament. And so if we keep building like that, there's no doubt in my mind that we'll be placing in the next couple tournaments in 1st, 2nd, or 3rd, at least competing with Central and Riverdale.
Thank you very much, Coach Adams.
Thank you, guys.
Now back to morning announcements.
Thank you, Lay and Coach Adams, for that information.
Students, after winter break, any cars without a visible parking pass will be towed away at the owner's expense. You may purchase a parking pass in the library from 8 to 8:20 only. This has been your Smyrna Today announcements. I'm Brenan.
And I'm Emily.
Have a wonderful day, Bulldogs.